remember what happened to Diddy. Whether you are guilty or not, once blood is in the water and everybody is running to sue, at that point, if the federal authorities aren't that interested, it only takes one. And it just takes one to be the Cassie of the bunch. And also, here's the thing. You never want your baby mama to be one of the people who might, the feds might have been sitting around waiting like, all right, we have a bunch of randoms who are saying these things about him. It would hit harder and we could probably get some charges if we get somebody who really knows him and possibly has some celebrity cachet as well to kind of testify to some of these things he may have done. You are the one. Oh, so Funk Flex chimed in. Oh, my God. This is the gift that keeps on giving, man. Shout out to Flex, who took over the morning slot, and he chimed in. So after they fired Ebro Rosendweeb from the morning on Hot 97, Funk Flex took over. And Funk Flex was up there causing a storm. First of all, he addressed Drake. And he said to Drake, that axe emoji you sent to Ebro, I know it's not only for him. Check this out.
I know Drake don't like me. Drake, listen. We saw that little slick shot you took. See, but I know that wasn't just at Ebro. That was at Hot 97 because we comment on you a lot. And we love you, baby. Matter of fact, no, I don't. Drake should be wondering about Kendrick and his next album. And I say that politely, Drake, because, listen, you're a veteran just like all of us. It's not that easy anymore. Now, these young rappers is touching you. Kendrick definitely touched you up, or should I say he definitely grinded your gear.
Hey, yo.
For sure. I know Drake don't like me.
Okay. Now, that's kind of interesting because, like, about a couple months ago, Flex looked like he was backing Drake up. He said Drake is 100% right. National play per song. Remember when Drake accused UMG, but also iHeartMedia of, some payola. And if you don't know, payola in a radio context would be taking money to play songs on air. It's Flex had said, and Flex works in radio, Drake is right. National play per song. Drake don't pay for play. But for pop, it's $350,000 for a campaign for a song. For urban radio, it's $250,000. For a mix show, it's $100,000. For a local mix show director, it's $40,000. For a local DJ, it's $3,000 to $5,000 per song. And DJs are on the radios 5 times a week. So it gives you it pretty much gives you the price list of if you wanted to get radio play for a song. And whatever your budget is would determine who you would go to. It says this is why independent artists don't rise to the top. Keep in mind, this is a guy who was one of the biggest radio DJs saying exactly this. He says, all you artists know I ain't never take a dime from you, your manager, or your labels. The bomb has no price. Okay. Interesting. Now, I guess we could transition out of this for a little bit. And we should transition into, we're going to still stay on Funk Flex because this was his first day doing morning radio. I don't know how he's going to do this because he usually DJs by night. That's why him working a late shift, which is, it used to be 7 o'clock, but they moved them up to like 5. No, it used to be 7 or 8. Now they moved them up to like 4 p.m., which is like the afternoon drive. Now we found out today or yesterday he did the morning slot and he did the afternoon slot. So if he has to do those slots and go to the club, that's going to be completely tough. However, he was on the air, and while on the air, I ain't going to lie, Flex is one of those. And, as they're cleaning house at Hot 97, he's one of the guys who gives it up really well. Like, Flex is entertaining. Could never take nothing away from him. So he was on today, and he made a diabolical claim. He said, in reality, because he started talking about Kimora Lee Simmons and Russell Simmons, which we're going to talk about as well. But he made the claim that Baby was fucking her, which is Russell Simmons' ex-wife. And a lot of people thought it was DaBaby, but this is how it came across. Watch this.
She's a bird. Continue the story.
Now, Flex, you know you can't say that.
What's her name?
Miss Kimora Lee Simmons.
And Russell's all wife, right?
Back to the family, but back to the family.
And DaBaby was beating that. Go ahead. Finish the story.
Say word.
Finish the story.
That is not nice.
New York.
What does she need?
Back in the Fab Lane, her reality show is out. We get to see Kimora.
She's a bird. Continue the story.
Now, Flex.
Okay, so they're talking about Kimora Lee Simmons and basically says, yo, baby. Did he say the
You know
baby?
you can't say that.
What's her name?
Miss Kimora Lee Simmons.
And Russell's all wife, right?
Back to the family, but back to the Fab Lane.
And DaBaby was beating that. Go ahead. Finish.
Oh, he did say DaBaby. Okay. Now, DaBaby actually responded and said, yo, bro, why'd you say some dumb shit like that? That's not true.
Hey, I just seen my face and my name attached to some shit.
Watch all them niggas around.
Out of respect for the woman, you know what I'm saying, who goddamn they speaking on, I felt the need to come clear that shit up. That shit is 1,000% false. OG, I don't know what the hell you got going on or what even made you goddamn feel comfortable enough to goddamn throw my name out there so loosely like that. But that shit ain't true. I'm looking forward to seeing you clear that up. I'm disappointed. I'm looking forward to you clearing that up, Flex. But hell yeah, that ain't true at all. I ain't got no tea, no none of that for nobody right now. I ain't got nothing but good music.
Now, the reality behind him saying that is that Flex actually got it wrong. And he corrected it. He said, yo, I meant Birdman. That's DaBaby I'm talking about, not DaBaby. Which, that's the interesting part. Apparently, Birdman, I thought Birdman was with Tony Braxton. Don't let me find out Birdman out here cracking shit. He cracking Russell Simmons' old girl, Kimora Lee Simmons. He cracking Tony Braxton. Oh nah, Birdman going crazy out here, huh? Now, I guess naturally we got to go into that, that drama, and then we're gonna get to the 50 shit. Don't worry about it. Okay, so here we go. Let's actually unpack that drama a bit. Don't know exactly where it started, but it appears that Kimora Lee Simmons actually what did she do? Did she do a podcast or something? But she did come out and say that her kids doesn't have a relationship with their father. Now, we all of us thought that Russell Simmons was in Bali trying to duck some sex charges and not trying to get done like Diddy. Let me see if we can find. Let's see if we can find that Russell Wilson. No, not Russell Wilson. Kimora Lee Simmons' father. Okay, so I guess this is what it. Oh my God. Let me find it on Twitter. I don't know why Twitter is a better search thing than YouTube. Okay. This
65-year-old man. Are you going to talk about it on the show? It was a big deal with the 65-year-old man. Are you going to talk about it on the show? It was a big deal.
So Kimora Lee Simmons did an interview, right? And part of the interview, she's talking about her daughter, Kimora Lee Simmons' daughter, 55-year-old man. And basically her daughter is dating like this old billionaire. This is her daughter, and this is their daughter actually. And she's dating like this billionaire guy, but like the daughter is 21 and the nigga is 65, right? So the daughter 21, this is Russell Simmons' daughter and Kimora Lee Simmons' daughter. I think it's Aoki or something like that. And the guy she's dating is 65. There's like a 40-year-old difference, right? 43 actually. She gets questioned about it on a podcast, and she says this.
For pop culture, by the way. Like, it really exploded. I feel like everyone saw it. Everyone saw it. Those
Why,
photos.
though? Why is it a big deal, though? Because if you look back... Okay, well, first of
Because
all...
it's like, why is this stunning, young, hot, beautiful...
True, but you see that all the time. I think
Maybe
you don't
it's
count these
his daughter.
age these ages. I don't think we count these ages of people of what they really are.
I mean, it's not like she was seen with like Leonardo DiCaprio. You know what I mean? It was like a 65-year-old. Like,
isn't that the same?
As like Leo?
No. He's gonna say I am not 65 and I don't look like that. You're right. I'm not saying that about Leo. I'm not saying that. I'm sorry, Leo. I'm not saying that. But I just meant older man. To me, that's the shock of it all.
Was this when she was traveling during your filming?
No.
Oh, it wasn't the same travel
No, I
time?
feel like that was like a couple years ago already. I feel like that was a while ago.
That was 2024. Like April
And we're almost in
2024.
2026.
Okay.
I know this guy, but I didn't know this guy in that capacity, like with my kid, or that you were even dating my kid, or even I know this guy growing up myself. He's a restaurateur.
Right.
Like I don't know. I don't want to get into troubles legally, but I think his reputation probably precedes him. Is that okay to say legally?
I think
the
so.
reputation is like, okay, I didn't even know this was a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't even know this was a thing. I found out when the world found out. So that was what was so shocking. And you can't say as a mom, and I've learned all these crazy things, you can't give the, I told you so right now. You can't give the, what the hell are you doing right now? You can't give all those things right now.
She was going through it.
Yeah, it was a lot.
It was a lot for her.
Yeah. But I do think in general of those kind of things, I feel like, and having gone through not exactly the same, but.
Can we get her topics? Or not topic. I want to see the Kimora Simmons says she doesn't have a relationship with her kid's father. Guys are weird. Okay. Anyway, so she says, so it looked like People Magazine published it, and then now we see Russell Simmons in the comment section, and he says, "Yo, I gave you $50,000 a month for 20 years. Oh my God. Oh my God, that is crazy. $50,000 a year. No, $50,000 a month for 20 years. $50,000 a month is $6 million a year. Right? Am I doing the math? $50,000 a month is $6 million a year. $6 million a year for 20 years is literally $180 million. Wow. He said, I was your best and only friend. I'm the godfather to your other 3 kids until one day you stole my stock. I've been fighting for my kids' love and my bread ever since. You threatened that if I sued you, I would never speak to my kids again. Wow. Damn. And y'all be thinking like niggas like Travis Hunter got it bad. Like, what the fuck? So let me just pull this up. Sorry. Where is that? I thought there was more shit. Okay, cool. He says, you threatened if I sued you, I would never speak to my kids again. There's 2 sides to every story. Then he says, my girls are grown women. You know these are lies. And by the way, this is Kimora Simmons now responding. You know these are lies. Why are you typing from thousands of miles away in a non-extradition country? Go negotiate and answer your accusers. Oh, shit. Wow. Yo, this is why you can't argue with a chick you used to fuck, bro. Because, like, we've all speculated. Why is he in Bali? Is he, like, hiding from potential legal situations with past accusations? Obviously, he got ousted of, he had this, I forgot what the name of the company was. If somebody knows it, just say in the chat. But he sold the company and kind of liquidated a lot of shit. And he left the country, and he's been, like, sitting Indian style in Bali for the longest. And a lot of people thought once we were going through the Me Too movement like of years ago, but even now where Diddy's kind of getting crucified, we're like, what about this guy? And I felt like people have let me not speak for anyone but myself. I kind of backed off those, those assumptions, because I've seen him come back to the United States. Like, I've literally seen Russell Wilson. What I keep calling Russell Wilson? Russell Simmons back in the United States. And I'm like, all right, if it's one of those situations, like, right, look, he got spotted.
Wasn't even a 10.
Look,
Hey, man, that's Russell. How you feeling, sir? Can I give you some water? I want to buy some.
Now, here's the thing. If he was really wanted by the police, if he's in a non-extradition country, as soon as he pulls up via plane to the United States, it would pick him up at the airport. So clearly, maybe they are investigating him, but he's been in Bali for a while. It don't look like there's any federal charges against him, but maybe there are lawsuits that were probably, either pending, but we haven't heard a bunch of people that were, we did hear some accusations. We did. Absolutely, we did. But we're not hearing like a long list of people saying, hey, yo, this guy left the country and we can't serve him. So we've been just kind of wondering what's going on. And now, of course, his ex-wife basically just kicked the lid off the can. So, these are lies, right? Why are you typing from thousands of miles away in a non-extradition country? Go negotiate and answer your accusers. Holy shit. She went for the jugular. I don't think Russell Simmons is going to respond after that. Yeah, I think that's grand opening, grand closing. Yeah.
You want to buy some?
Yeah, I don't want to give you shit, nigga.
Yeah?
Yes, sir. That's what I need. Yes, sir. Was the former owner of Best Cam?
How many ones? Just one?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You have a good one.
Let me get a picture of him real quick. What's boss?
What's going on?
This is Russell Simmons right here.
Oh, you're going to have to pay me for this, buddy.
Yeah, niggas, I just gave you your own pay.
Okay.
Kimora Lee recently was talking about her relationships with her exes and / only friends again, like child.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. Yo, Russell, respectfully, bro, respectfully, let me tell you this. And I know you old as hell and you probably have done a lot of dirt. I don't know why you moved to Bali, but it is kind of, if we're going to take her at face value or any type of serious, but also inquiring minds have thought, maybe you're running from something or trying to evade something. If you are in what we think is a glass house, yes, I'm not going to lie. You probably thought you were cooking when you mentioned, yo, check this out. You posted that you gave her $50,000 a month for 20 years. Not going to lie, that's an exorbitant amount of money. But if she got any secrets for you that could expose you to letting other people know that you're a target for lawsuits, remember what happened to Diddy. Whether you are guilty or not, once blood is in the water and everybody is running to sue, at that point, if the federal authorities aren't that interested, it only takes one. And it just takes one to be the Cassie of the bunch. And also, here's the thing. You never want your baby mama to be one of the people who might, the feds might have been sitting around waiting like, yo, all right, we have a bunch of randoms who are saying these things about him. It would hit harder and we could probably get some charges if we get somebody who really knows him and possibly has some celebrity cachet as well to kind of testify to some of these things he may have done. What am I trying to say? I don't know what he did and what he did not do. But he needs to leave her alone. Leave her alone. I know he sold a rush card, but take that rush card and whatever country he's at now, book another trip to another country. Because when an ex start talking about you like that, it don't even matter if she's telling the truth or not. She could just jam you up. You know what I'm saying? But wow. This is kind of crazy. Let's jump out the woodworks. Kimora Lee. Why is Kimora Lee Simmons doing interviews, though? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Oh, she did a podcast called...
Kimora Lee Simmons is here, the OG reality TV businesswoman.
Oh, this is it right here.
Games, yeah, I do.
And you're doing this all on your own, like the fathers of the children are not
it's so
involved?
Weird because I think it used to be a little different. They're not involved. I'm alone. There's no co-parenting.
You know what I was thinking about for you? That your kids are older. So like even, because right, somebody on the street could be like, okay, she has 1,000 nannies, right? Like that's what people like to say. But like
I have
kids,
not 1,000.
but when as a mom, I know, like, even if I have a nanny, like, yes, she can help me with my 1.5-year-old, but my 5-year-old like wants to be around their parents. So I was thinking about you having all these children. So even if you have help, like, I'm sure your 10-year-old wants to be with you, you know? So it's all on you.
And
you
it's just the demands, and it's everything that goes on.
How many children does Russell Simmons have with Kimora Lee? Oh, they only have 2. It's the 2 daughters, 23 and 25. They're grown. Ain't no co-parenting at that point. You don't have to co-parent with a 25 and 23-year-old. She has, how many kids does she have? She has look like 5. 1 is adopted.
And like I've been here, for example, in New York, for the show and everything coming out, and Kenzo was in a car accident. And it was like his first car accident. And it's been just kind of crazy.
Okay?
Yes, he's okay. Thank you. He's okay. But his car was like totaled. I don't think it's not his fault, but it was a lot. And so it's, scary, and I wasn't there, and I could kind of feel it. An emotion I could feel in my stomach what he was feeling, and they're asking questions, and I was like, he doesn't feel well. He can't even, I could just hear it in how he's talking that he doesn't feel well. So I think parenting is always a lot, and you do
have like a $10 data rate dose as you use a protein.
All right, yo, Russell Simmons. Let me tell you this, man. Getting into an online spat with an ex is just not a good idea. Most of the times, just like when you first got with them, you got more to lose than them. And it doesn't matter if what they're saying is accurate. All they got to do is put blood in the water and start people to talk. Because I'm not going to lie, I think Russell Simmons, people are starting to forget. I was just watching, I was actually watching Brilliant Idiots with Charlemagne and Schultz. They were comparing Russell Simmons to Diddy, and they were like, yeah, there are some stories about him, but like he moved a little bit different, and he probably never got to that point that Diddy got to. Why? Because Diddy's a showman, and Diddy had all this power. He's a great talker. He knew how to like kind of wow the crowd. He had the pizzazz, so to speak. And when it came to Russell, like he had a lisp. He wasn't that flashy or whatever, but he was one of those people that had a lot of power too. Like if you think about historically where his influence was, and how if you were coming in the music business, you probably needed his assistance or a blessing. And they were basically just saying, yo, what is smart about him is that he left the country and he laid low. And as soon as this popped up, I'm like, oh, shit, fuck all that laying low shit, huh? All right. So, yeah, if I'm Russell Simmons, I do not mention this at all. Hopefully it goes away. If not, we'll see. All right. Anyway, Chad, I couldn't wait to get to this.